Top Producer CRM provides a tool to make it easy to import contacts from a file on your computer. To access this tool, go to the Contacts menu and click Import Contacts. The Import Contacts wizard works with contacts in a CSV file, a comma-separated value file, or a macOS vCard file. Before we get into the details of using the wizard, let's take a quick look at a sample CSV file. A CSV file can be opened in a standard spreadsheet program such as Microsoft Excel. Data should be separated into columns, and it's best to have headers describing what kind of data each column contains. Headers will make it easier to import. We recommend you double-check the data in your file before beginning the import. macOS vCard files are standardized, so you won't need to worry about opening them to check the headers. If you need help preparing your CSV or vCard file, or with any of the steps of the import wizard, click the help links on the screen. The first step of the wizard is to select the file you want to import. Click the Choose File to Import button, and then browse your computer and select the correct file. The wizard will load the file and examine the data. The next step is to make sure that the information in the file is mapped to the correct fields in your Top Producer database. Each column of data is shown separately, along with a few examples of the data it contains. On the right is the option to manually choose where the data should go in the Top Producer contact record. In this case, because the file had column headers, it knows what to do with the first name information. If your file doesn't have headers, or the wizard chose the wrong field, just click the Map To list and select the correct destination. Go through the entire list and make sure that each set of data is correctly mapped to the corresponding field in Top Producer. This is extremely important, as incorrectly mapped data will create incorrect contact records. Once you've confirmed the mapping, there are two things left to do before you start the import. First, select what pipeline stage you'd like all of the imported contacts to have. This is also called the contact status. Most of the time, you'll want to set it to Future, but if you'd like them all to have a different status, just use the menu to choose the one you want. Next, set the contact type you'd like to assign to all of the contacts being imported. Assigning a contact type is important, especially if you already have contacts in Top Producer. This contact type can be used to quickly separate out those imported contacts from everyone else. If you don't have a specific contact type you'd like to use, just use something like Imported Contacts and the date. Click the Update button. Now that you've confirmed the data is mapped correctly, selected the pipeline status, and set the contact type, click the Start Import button. Top Producer will begin the process of adding the contacts in the file to your database. This might take a little while depending on the number of contacts you're importing. The status of the import will appear in the Recent Imports area, so you'll know when it's finished. If you like, you can begin importing another list of contacts.